And hey, we are live from Chicago, EcomChicago 2017. What is going on, everybody? Hey, how's everybody doing? Here's the audience. What's happening, everybody? There's a nice audience shot for those of you watching at home on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to a special Saturday edition of Thrifty Business live from EcomChicago 2017. We got a lot of fun in store for you today. We got tons of tips, tons of tricks, lots of bolos, lots of co-hosts, and a ton of fun. So I start the top of every show with, why is that upside down? Oh, there we go. With Jay's Tiki Talk. So each week I drink a different rum out of a different tiki mug and try and educate you a little on something. So this is Deadhead rum. This is how the bottle comes. It's a ton of fun. Oh, I gotta remember the camera too. It's a ton of fun, and they put a lot of extra work in here. And the reason I wanted to drink Deadhead rum for many reasons is A, my mom had the Deadhead rum tiki mug. Well, I have some of the plastic ones, but this bottle costs $36 full. See how much it's sold for on eBay empty? $36. So this is where you can drink for free because this bottle is special. It's a fun collectible bottle. So Deadhead rum, get it at your local liquor stores. They just started doing Deadhead dark chocolate rum in a shrunken monkey head. So finish those two. I bet you could sell the empty two bottles for $100 combined. So there's a good shot of the bottle. All right, so without further ado, let's get our first co-host in here today. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is Joy Williams. Come on in, Joy. Chicago's own Joy Williams. Just bring in Joy, her Deadhead rum. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for helping me. All right, Joy, get close. We have to sit uncomfortably close so we can get both microphones in. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you? I
am dandy. So let's not beat around the bush here. Let's get right to it. So each week I start the show off with the scores of the week, things that we have sold for a good amount of money, and they're going to be bolos. Be on the lookout, things that you're going to want to find to flip. So I'm going to start. Most of you know I love CDs, and yes, I noticed 2017 there is still a ton of money to be made in CDs, witnessed by this Ozzy Osbourne CD. I bought this brand new myself back when it came out 20 plus years ago. They packaged it so that is a speaker cover like you would have on your speaker in a car across the front of the CD. I found this still new to go with the original Tower Records sticker on it. And I paid $15, and as you can see, I sold it for $70. So there are tons of collectible CDs out there. And the nice thing about CDs, they're easy to ship.
Yes.
They're all this size. All right, so my second score of the week, you've not heard me talk about San Marcos blankets, is San Marcos blankets. If your uncle had a conversion van in the 70s with a painting of a skier coming down the mountain with an eagle flying by and had a bed in the back, he would have had this blanket. So San Marcos is the blankets to find. I seem to find them all the time. I normally sell them for at least $100, $150. I did take $85, but as you can see, I was charging $30 shipping, and I noticed it was going to California, so it only cost me $7 to ship. So I still made my $100. And that is the back of the blanket. So it is a negative image. That's when you know you found a good San Marcos, but there is the tag, so you know what to look for. And I love sports coats. I don't ever wear them. I rarely wear sleeves, but I know there's a lot of good money to be made. Now, this one didn't really sell for the brand. It sold for the look. This is the kind of things that hipsters nowadays love to wear. Oh, yeah. So plaid, anything weird like this. I picked it up for $4.99 at Savers. I sold it for $50. And then last but not least, this wasn't a thrifted item. This was a retail item. This is so these are drink tiki mugs. This is a tiki barrel. So the drink that would have come in here would have been big enough for 2, 3, 4 people to drink from. Trader Vic said, hey, we're closing these out. So I ordered a whole case of them. And so did a bunch of other people. And I knew if I waited, I could get $70. Well, here's your first lesson. Don't race to the bottom. Two sold for, look what mine sold for. I waited till they sold all their cheapy ass ones, and I sold mine for twice the money. Why buy some for 15 and get 35 or 40? Why not buy for 15 and get 70? And that's the worth, because guess what? They don't make it no more. It is now a rare commodity. So don't race to the bottom. Wait for your price. All right, Joy is up.
Okay, so my
lean this way. You got to make sure you hit both mics. Okay. Yep.
So, Hail Bob is sort of a higher end brand, and they make a lot of silk dresses. And I found this one at a thrift store for 69 cents with the tag still on it. I put it up, I think, for $59.99, and 2 days later I took a best offer of $40. But you'll see it says $6.30 shipping, but it actually went to Sweden, and so she paid for the shipping, and I actually made a couple of bucks on the shipping as well. So it's a good brand, and they sell rather quickly. So there's a lot of hot rollers that you can make a lot of money on, but the best one is the Remington tight curls. These are the pageant ones.
That's the ones I use.
Yes, right? And they work. You can tell by Jason's hair. So I got these at a thrift store for 69 cents, and I had them up for a few days, and they sold for $59.99. I forgot to charge
69 cents?
69 cents.
Are you my mother?
I get a lot of inventory for 69 cents.
That is amazing.
Another bolo is Jude Connolly dresses. The one on the top, the cheetah print, I also got for 69 cents used. The one on the bottom, I paid $6.74 for. Each of them were listed for exactly a week and sold for $49.99 plus shipping. So that is a brand that you want to remember. They're usually sort of the mid-century modern sheath dress type look to them, and they are a good seller.
So write that brand down, because that was not on my radar until you sent me that.
So the other one is I bought this at the thrift store on half off day. There was a sort of a bundle of When conditioning shampoo, which is a mail order thing. You can only get it through mail order. It's very expensive. So it was half off day. The bundle of a few different kinds of it was $10. And I actually put this in my bathroom cabinet intending to use it, and I didn't. And when I was moving, I said, you know what, I'm going to list it and sell it. The pumpkin one alone, so I paid $10 for the whole bundle. The pumpkin one alone, I put on Facebook Marketplace for $80, and I got an offer 2 hours later of $60, and I said sold. And then I took the other two, and I put those on eBay. Do we have the other picture or no?
No,
okay.
sorry.
So I put another one of the smaller boxes on eBay, and I sold it for $33, and then the other one for $25 out of that same $10 bundle. So it's good to know what some of those higher end health and beauty products are, and don't be afraid to split up a bundle and sell it.
Some stuff, but with every score comes. With every score comes your duds of the week, because not everything is a winner. So, hey, I showed you a $70 CD. Now I'm going to show you a big mistake. I bought this CD the same day for $2. It was a CDR, and the CDR means it's burned, so it's not an actual produced CD. It's a legit promo, but it's just no one cares. But for some reason, when I did my research at the store, I thought someone cared. I was very happy to sell it for $4 and take a little bit of a bath on it. But so not every CD can be a winner. And then anyone here know who the Boxmasters are? They're a country band. No one?
No.
Okay, well, I do, and I know there's someone famous in it. And no one was selling this T-shirt with the famous person's name in the title. This is Billy Bob Thornton, the actor's band. And so I'm like, I can sell it better than everybody else. Nope, no one cared. That was a problem. So not only did the other sellers have bad keywords, no one cares. So I only paid $1 for it, so I did make a couple dollars, but it wasn't the winner I had hoped it would be. Okay, right on there.
So
right on there.
My dad.
Right on there.
Spode Christmas tree is a bolo that you
right
hear in the thrifting groups all the time.
There you go.
Like Spode Christmas tree, that's money, right? Those dishes and stuff. So last year, just before Christmas, like right after Thanksgiving, I found 2 cases of new Spode Christmas tree ornaments at the thrift store, and they were each one of those little green boxes was marked 99 cents. And I said, if I take all of them, what is the best you can do? And Savers said, I'll let you have them for $1 a piece. So I bought just over 100, like 105 of them. In the last year, I have sold 10 boxes. I have moved them. That's what's still in my house right now. Of the 10 that I have sold, 8 of them have been in the last month. When I bought them, 2 boxes had just sold for $10 plus shipping. So I'm looking at these 2 cases thinking, this is so money, right?
Who needs them? You can go home with them today.
You decorate a whole tree. Come to my house.
You got room in your carry-on? You can go home today with them.
Back. Yeah.
Robyn Johnson, you want these. I know you do.
And so just recently, I said, at 2 in a year, my kids are going to be cleaning this out of my house when I die. So I changed it to a 4-pack listing, right now I'm running a buy one, get one half off. Like nobody cares.
All right, you got to lean in here, girlfriend.
Okay.
You are not staying on the mic.
This is a retail arbitrage item, right? Merino blend is it's a base layer, like runners wear it. I have sold this brand new on Amazon, made a lot of money. I found these at a liquidation store for $2 a piece. So I was like, I'll take all 14. This listing has been up since March. It is $9 or best offer. Not only have I not sold any, I haven't even ever had a single offer. No one cares about this whatsoever.
So it doesn't matter how good you are, you still make mistakes, and it's how you learn from your mistakes is what makes you a better seller. All right, you've seen our scores, you've seen our duds. It's time for our eBay tips of the week. All right, so I found this kick-ass Tony Hawk birdhouse skateboard at Savers the other day for not a lot of money. It was the branded wheels. It was the branded trucks. The trucks are the hardware that hooks the wheels to the board. And I spent $20 on it. Now, I went looking on eBay to see if I had a good deal. And if you look at mine and look at this one, the top one, the only difference is the color, and it sold for less than $19.99. And I'm like, shit. Is make sure you are comparing apples to apples, because let me show you how big that skateboard really is. Yeah, I'm not a skateboarder. I didn't realize the word tech in the skateboard thing meant tiny.
Yeah.
So make sure you are comparing apples to apples.
So my eBay tip is about purposeful drafting. We know that the number one thing that you can do to increase your sales is to list every day. And there's two reasons that people don't list every day. They lack the time or the motivation. They have full-time jobs, or they just don't want to. They'll get into a listing challenge. They'll list 15 things in a day and then not list again for a week. Drafting as a tool in the eBay app or on the desktop. When you finish a listing, you're going to click save on the app, and you're going to save that fully completed listing so that the next day or the day after, you can then go back into your drafts. When you're in your selling, you're going to see drafts, and you just click on the draft, and it's going to open up that draft, and then you hit the continue button like you had just done that listing, and it pushes it out. So for people who have full-time jobs or lack the day-to-day motivation, instead of listing 15 things once a week, list 2 of them, put the other ones in your drafts, and push a couple of them out every day. You will see on an ongoing basis a greater lift in your sales for doing 2 listings a day versus 15 once a week. And that's what it looks like if you're actually using it on the web browser. You just click save and continue later, and that keeps that fully finished listing as a draft, and you can push it out any place, anytime.
Bonus tip, don't forget you did that, though.
Exactly.
Why aren't these things selling? Oh, they're all still in my drafts.
Yes. You have to be, you can eBay from anywhere. I mean, I haven't been home in a couple of days now, and I'm still listing because I have things that I have put into my drafts for that purpose.
Nice. All right, let's give Joy Williams a round of applause. Thank you, Joy.
Guys.
All right, let's get our next guest up here, shall we? Our next guest is Bridget Williams, a.k.a. Brenda. No relation to Joy Williams. Come on up, Bridget. Let's give Bridget a round of applause. Yay. Thank you, Kim. All right, let's do a little audience shot here. Ooh, where'd my mouse go? Hey.
It's down there.
Well, yeah, there it is.
There it goes.
All right, there's the audience. Yay, there's the audience. Yay. All right, you've seen my scores, so let's get right into Bridget's scores, shall we? So make sure you're right on the blue mic.
On the blue mic, okay. I love selling shoes. Even used shoes do really, really well. Retail on these Henry, I can't pronounce his last name.
You can sell and make money and not even know what the hell you're selling.
Exactly. I don't have to pronounce it. I just have to sell it. Retail on these is over $200, and I listed them, and within 4 hours, I had sold them for $70 for them.
Now, since it sold so quick, did you worry you undercut yourself?
No, because my research showed that was about what I would get. I had planned on taking a $50 offer if it came in. So when it sold for $70, I was like, oh, all right, that's awesome. Vintage polo items do really well, the spell out items. And that's what you want to put spell out in your title. It also had a flag, which probably helped sell it. I paid $2.99 for this and sold it for $34.95.
And easy to ship.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just like CDs.
Now this one, Jason's already fussed at me. I need a black background, but I found a whole bunch of Anna Lee Christmas, Easter, and Valentine's items for 99 cents at a thrift store. So I just loaded up my buggy and bought all of them. And I've made, I think I spent $30. That's how many I got. And I've made that back about 10 times now. And these, my Gucci's. When I saw these in the thrift store,
I think I just heard an emotional response to these.
Well, when
my Gucci.
My
oh my gosh.
When I saw them in the thrift store and I saw they were my size, I did a little dance and put them in my cart and hid them in my cart. They were authentic. That is one thing you do have to be careful about. But I had authenticated them. I paid $4 for them. They were listed for about 2 weeks. I got several. No, I'm not. I'm going to wait. And when a $180 offer on a $4 pair of shoes comes in, you jump. So.
Heck yeah. All right. Now we have, well, first let me tell you, I'm here with you guys because I love you. And I want to thank Rich and Nyla and Mark and Robyn for having me. But
Jason's
this was a tough call.
From Chicago.
My favorite sale of the year is happening right now in Vegas at the Silverton parking lot. It is the Great Garage Sale and Antique Sale. So, since I couldn't be there, I sent the Flea Market Floozies over to the garage sale. Hey, let's see who's calling here. Let's see if we can make this happen. So my wife. Oh, whoops.
Oh, whoops.
Okay. My wife, Sophia. Whoops.
And his other wife, Stacy.
My wife, Stacy, and my assistant, Sophia, are currently shopping at the flea market. So let's go live to them. Ah, there she is.
Hey, call me Stelvis.
What?
Get it? I'm Stelvis.
Oh, you're Stelvis. I got it. Yeah.
Stelvis.
And who's the bunny in behind you there?
And who are you?
Sophie. Chicago for like 2 days and you forget me.
So here's the.
All right, so. And there's the sale that I would be at if I was not here with all you guys. What did you find so far? Anything good that we're
well,
flipping?
You may or may not know, but on a beautiful day like today, there's no place I'd rather be than thrifting. Sending me to this.
All right. Say it again, babe.
So you want to see what we found?
Please.
All right. So the first thing, within the first 30 seconds, I found this. Let me see if I can. Are you seeing a lamp?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm seeing your finger there, Aunt June. That.
Oh,
Wow. We will not be selling that. I'll tell you that right now.
You'd be very proud of me. They were asking 20. I tried to get it for 15, but I got it for 20.
And do I see a San Marcos blanket, which I just talked about?
Yes, you do.
I've trained my wife and my assistant very well.
So this actually is in Summer's booth, who some of you may know. She and her friend are selling today. And her friend bought the San Marcos blankets because of you, Jason.
And then she didn't sell it? What happened? Oh, no. She wanted to ship it.
She wanted to deal with it.
All right, so here's a surprise. Bonus tip. If you're buying San Marcos blankets, they're huge. They're going to take a little bit to ship. All right, speaking of that, is Summer there? Can we say hi to her?
Yeah, where is she? Oh, she's over there. Can you see her?
If you're ever in Vegas during this time of year and you're not here, this sale is awesome. This is the coolest sale I have found. Oh, I just sold something on eBay. How about?
Where are you at?
All right, so here. Can you see her?
Hi, guys.
Hello, Summer. Summer is coming on us live. She is one of the vendors.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
No, Summer, I'll ask you 2 quick questions. I'll let you guys go.
Nasty ice cream cone.
She's been up since probably 3 o'clock this morning, so you got to
3 o'clock in the morning.
Humor.
Yes.
All right, so ask Summer how many years she's sold at this place.
Summer, how many years have you sold at this place?
I've sold here. This is my 3rd year selling at this great American antique and garage sale.
And how's the sales going?
That's where I get all my. That's where you get the big.
How are the sales going?
Oh my gosh, the sales started off really, really slow, but now we are bombarded with people, and hopefully we'll sell out of all of this stuff right here.
I think they followed me over here.
Probably.
All right, cool. We're going to say goodbye to you guys. Have fun. Keep shopping. Keep buying me cool.
Have fun.
Thanks, Soph. Thanks, Stace.
Bye.
All right, live from the flea market. All right. Let's see if they hang up or they'll just stay on the show the whole time. All right, so when you have an assistant and a spouse, train them well. They know what you like. They know what you want to sell. And when you can't go, and my wife knows she's going to a vintage garage sale tomorrow too. So do those things. Come on, you got to train them better. All right.
He's running my kids here, there, and yonder.
Yeah, well, he's also got a shop for you too.
No, he took our son to basketball practice at 7 this morning.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, that would help.
There you go.
Come on. Now it's time for Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. Where I regale you and my co-host regales you with stories of odd encounters in the thrift stores. If you've never heard my poop in the parking lot story, find me later. I'll be happy to tell that to you again for those of you who don't know the poop in the parking lot. But I was actually going to share a close encounter with a lady that was just a complete moron in Salt Lake City, but instead I had a nice, sweet encounter. This family, they heard me talking. Yes, my voice gives me away. And they said, "Is that Jason we hear?" And they came around the corner, and they're probably watching. I apologize, I've forgotten their names. But the husband said, "Hey, I watched your TV show, Thrift Hunters. I watched your YouTube show. I'm in your thrifting group. This is a family vacation that we have paid for on the profits of everything we've learned from you." So that is an awesome thrifting encounter.
What we do.
The older son knows how to pick shoes. He's over there looking for Louboutins and all kinds. Like, he knows his shoes. And the little one don't know how to pick yet, but he knows that if he is a good boy, they get to go to the aquarium afterwards. So he told me. So that was a very sweet thrifty encounter.
And this is Stacy. She's in our group, and she lives very close to me. And we were both heading to the same thrift store one day. We were texting each other, and I said, "Well, where are you going?" And she said, "Well, where are you going?" And we were both going to Maple Leaf. So we grabbed a picture, and we grabbed a tiki mug when we saw it.
Now, not every tiki mug is created equal. This one is worth a lot of money. This one, kids. Okay, so these are the bad tiki mugs. These are mass-produced Chinese crap that they just rip off old vintage mugs. So what we do with Sarah's, let me get myself on the cam here for the show, is we take them, we stick them in an envelope so we don't hurt ourselves with shards, and we smash them. Oh, that's right, you get to do it, sorry.
I get to.
You found it, you smash it.
It's mine.
There we go. Nice, easy. Whoa, break the table.
Oops.
This is how those mugs should look. So please help me and rid the world of shitty tiki mugs. Now, if any of you are crafters and want to do mosaic puzzle, you can have this. There you go. All right. And then our last segment with Bridget is our thrifty tip of the week. Things to look out for in the thrift store, and will help you be a better thrifter. Now, mine is back to CDs. You won't be able to do this with every CD you've ever seen. When you buy CDs, make sure, besides looking at the condition of the CD, you open up and look at the booklet. Who knows who Big Bad Voodoo Daddy is? Okay, great band. This was their Christmas CD, and here's what it sells for normally, $2.99 and $4.99. Here's what I sold it for, $25. And why did I sell for $25? Because they all autographed it. Now, when you open up this cover, because typically you will see autographs on the top of the cover. In this CD, they had stockings with their names on them, so they all signed their stocking. That's awesome. Now, I didn't notice that when I bought it, but once I noticed, now it's worth $25 instead of being worth $4. So if you are going to buy CDs, make sure you look at the booklet real quick. You never know when you're going to find an autograph or a ticket stub. Ticket stubs can sell for real good money, too.
And my tip is always keep snacks with you, especially if you're like me and you forget to eat. And I'm busy with my kids. I'm busy. I take care of my 94-year-old great aunt. So I'm constantly on the go, and I've learned now, after almost passing out in a store, to keep this stuff in my purse. I have my hand sanitizer and my hand wipes so I can keep my hands clean, and then grab one of the snacks while I'm driving.
And is that a must? Do the snacks have to be in Disney purses?
Well, for me, yes.
Okay. But other people, they can choose other purses?
No. I think,
yeah, these are the things my wife would like me to carry, especially the Germex and stuff, and I always forget. So I just come home with nasty hands. Thank you, Bridget Williams, for your awesome tip. So let's give Bridget a big round of applause. And let's bring up our next co-host. Hey, it's my mommy, Peggy Smith. Come on up here, Ma. Without Peggy, there's no Jason, so. Oh, no. So in case you haven't noticed, yes, I'm wearing a dress in this picture. And I'm going to show you, those of you who have seen me in dresses, I'm going to show you why. So we do a segment on our show called Mama's Boy. Each week I dig out an embarrassing photo of myself. Teenager with blue hair, fat, chubby little kid, you know, whatever. And so we dug out 2 pictures for this week's episode. Look at the collar I am rocking. Is that the most amazing outfit ever? And that's my daddy right there.
You're a big daddy. There he is.
For those of you who can hear, we'll do an audience cam. Hey, Dad, give a wave for the audience. That son of a bitch is 75 and still has hair. What the hell? What kind of crap is that? But, ladies and gentlemen, the reason you saw me in a dress, my mother did to me when I was 5. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this was all her fault. I marched to the beat of my own drummer because of my mother. And yes, that picture was out of focus, but I thought y'all would enjoy my blue and white gingham plaid pumps I was wearing there at 5 years old. So yeah, so I was doomed from the get-go. All right,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not.
Hey, when you complain about me, look what you did to me.
I know.
Look what you did to me.
But you look so cute.
I looked adorable. All right. Let's do Mom's scores of the week.
Okay, well, I guess I'm kind of known as the queen of selling large items.
Large, ridiculous to ship items that most of you would be petrified of.
Right, and we've talked a lot of people into coming along and getting used to the large items, thanks to Big Daddy and my shipping department. We don't shy away from large items, you guys. This particular dollhouse we found at a church rummage sale. It had no price on it. And so it was one of those, just make an offer. And so, of course, we, dug up our little research just to see what it was going for and said, oh, this is a keeper. And we offered them $10 and they took it. And as you can see, what did we end up selling this one for?
$90.
We sold it for $90. So, that was a good deal. So then
and what is that, about 3.5 feet tall?
Yeah, it was 46, almost 42 inches tall.
Oh, yeah.
36 inches wide. It's large. And we weren't even sure we could get it in the car once we left the church. And we were, working our magic. So, but we did get it and off it went. This is a beautiful vintage ashtray with the marble base, and it did light up, and we paid $15 for that at the time. Hung on to that for quite a while. I wanted to get a decent price on it because I knew we would. And as you can see, I got a nice offer there of was it 200, and took that because it just was what I was waiting for.
How tall was that?
Yeah, that was about 3 feet. And we do a lot of Frankenbox. Everybody know what a Frankenbox is? Yeah, we do a lot of that.
Because what people need in 2017 is 3 foot tall ashtrays.
I know. But I would also put this on your Bolo list, everybody. These are pretty hot right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep
And what'd you pay for this?
Those. That was $15.
15 whole dollars, $200.
Yeah. Now these I found at a garage sale. I'm also known the queen of garage sale pricing. This one I did pay more than my usual 25 cents, but this was an antique dealer that was selling off his merchandise. He was going out of the business, but it was a garage sale. And he did have $75 on the pair of the lamps. And I knew, as soon as I saw them, I said, oh yeah, mid-century modern lamps, these will sell well. So I offered him the $40 and he said 50. And I said, no, let's do the 40. And eventually he took my $40. And as you can see, buy for that $40.
So do you play it like, come on, I'm an old lady, give it to me for 40? Like,
no.
What's the angle?
No.
Tell everybody, what's the angle?
I just bat my eyelashes at them and they buy.
Is that why you've been with her for 60 years? She batted her eyelashes and it was dunzo?
That was, I was 11 and Dad was 12 when we met. We've been together 64 years.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause for that.
So,
Thanks for having sex.
yeah. Andy tells me I should have stopped after 1.
Hell yeah.
This is a Cheers dartboard, everyone. Very, very heavy item. We do sell a lot of heavy items, as a lot of you do know. And this particular dartboard, we paid $8 for it, and we got a nice return on that.
140.
Yeah, we sold that one for the 140 bucks, but we had to ship it how? Those of you who know me, FedEx Smart Post, everybody. We use it a lot. On anything over 4 pounds, we are FedEx Smart people. That's how I do it. Luckily, our post office in the neighborhood takes FedEx Smart Posts. Not everyone does, they're supposed to, but check yours out. Don't be afraid to ship heavy items because it's so much cheaper.
As my postman, I go, hey, if I leave my FedEx Smart Post out front, will you pick them up? He goes, oh yeah, I'll pick them up. So if you have a good relationship with your postman, works is you drop it at FedEx, they get it to the city it goes to, then they drop it off at the post office takes it to your customer. You're supposed to take it to FedEx, but if you've had a rapport with your postal carrier, they'll probably pick it up. So, but I didn't just spring it on him. I did wait till I bumped into him and I asked him, I said, will you pick up for me? He goes, oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
This looks not fun to ship.
No, this weighed a ton. It's a vintage Elna sewing machine, everybody. She had 2, this one and another one, and she had $10 a piece on them. And I offered $10 for both, which she took. I think she just wanted to get them on.
Now, did you bet your eyelashes at her?
No,
did it work?
no.
I
I just give them the old little, oh, do you think you'd take 10 for both? And in most cases, it's always a yes. Do not be afraid to barter at your garage sales and your flea markets, because most of the time they just want to get rid of their merchandise. So don't hesitate. Always make an offer. Even if it's $1, I've offered 50 cents or a quarter. They know. Now, those of us who know, when you have an item, this particular item, by the time it was packaged, weighed 80 pounds. Hang
on, let that sink in.
Yeah, 80 pounds. Now, if you notice, I had it listed for pickup only because of the weight. I got a request from a fella in Canada, Quebec, and he said, I will pay for the shipping. Can you please let me know how much it is? So we contacted FedEx, because this had to go FedEx guys because it was going over the border and all that, thing. So we contacted FedEx. The shipping expense on this item cost $285.
Man, you really got to want an item. Yeah, $300 to ship a $125 item? Sure.
And he bought it. So if your customer wants the item, here's the tip. They're going to pay for shipping. I do not offer free shipping ever, 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 ever. If your customer wants your item, they're going to pay for it, whether it's free shipping or not free shipping. But I'm just a firm believer in just charging for shipping. So that's what we do. As you can see, I'm the queen of large items. These are my granddaughters. And just last week, we were out, and actually Big Daddy spied these first. This is one of the Little Tykes football things. These sell for big money, you guys. We got this one for $5, right, hon? I think $5. And they're selling for around $140. Yeah, around $100. So, and then this was the
such hams.
Oh, I know. Can you tell this whole family is a ham? This is the Little Tykes a toy chest, and they don't make this one anymore. This is more of a vintage item because it is older and it's quite large. And I'm going to probably start with pickup only on this item before, see if anybody else wants me to ship it. But I'm not afraid to do that. So you guys, don't shy away from that. That's my tip. Don't shy away from large items because you can do it. You can do it.
All right. So speaking of, we decided to do.
All right. What do we want? Mom.
You have got to be shipping me, where we give shipping tips every week. We do a lot of what to do and what not to do because I buy a lot, and I get a lot of what not to do's.
Yep.
All right, so one of the to-dos, and we've never really showed a demonstration, and I will today what Mom kind of narrates.
Yeah, basically, a lot of us sell pictures, and they come with glass frames. Some come without glass frames. But by using a pool noodle, and make sure you get the pool noodle that is hollow, that's very, very important, because if you get the solid one, it just won't work, is what you're going to see here shortly. But I had my Ohio meetup group here. We're going to cut and measure, is what Jason's going to be doing. He's going to cut and measure this. And she had bought 2 beautiful paint by number vintage from the 50s and 60s, and it had the glass frames, and she had brought them to our meetup. And I asked, she said, oh, Peg, I think I'm going to ship these without the frame. And I said, no, 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 you're losing the value because they do prefer them when they're framed. And I said, look, all you need are the pool noodles and to put around the framing. And I said, you can ship this easy peasy because we do it all the time. So as you can see, Jason is cutting this.
You find the worst scissors?
Oh, I don't have good scissors. I'm sorry.
All right, so all you do.
Yeah, take a look. Uh-huh. And just push it on, and you're going to do this on the other side, okay?
That's it.
And that's it. And then when you lay it down in the box, it's very protected, and we have never had a problem on shipping them.
Because when you use the pool noodle, which you can get at the 99-cent store, it now has this barrier. It's like a shock absorber. So if you find a box that just fits this with the noodles, you already got your product not touching anymore. And I've shipped old big clocks with pool noodles, tons of stuff. And you also can run one down the middle to even protect the glass. But this is your best shipping material. If you've never used noodles, you're missing out because noodles do quite well. You can find the noodles at garage sales for $1 or usually at the dollar store for $1. So if you're around, always buy them. We buy every time we see them, we buy the noodles, guys. Yep. All right, so if you saw my little Worth Point demonstration yesterday, I talked about buying a Holy Grail tiki mug. Well, guess what I bought last week? Another one. And my wife has not left me yet. But this one, and I've never actually shown this before, is the old box-in-a-box method. Now, sometimes we use pool noodles, but sometimes you got to have a box in a box. Now, the reason I wanted to show this today, and I showed it with this $800 mug I bought, when the post carrier came to my door and I saw her walking up to grab this box and I knew it was that mug, here's how she was coming to my door. She was spinning an $800 piece of ceramic. She, of course, did not know that, but I mean, it was like a pizza on her finger. I'm like, I'll take that, please. Were you having a heart attack at the moment? Was. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, I just bought $800 shrapnel is what I bought. But when I opened it up, the packer had packed it. So pack it like you normally would in the smaller box and then float that in the middle of peanuts, and it'll really protect your breakable goods. So yeah, anything expensive, definitely. I could not believe when I opened the door and she was just spinning that box. That was crazy. Okay. All right, so. Go ahead. Oh, there it is. I'm going to go back speaker. Okay, all right. All right, time for Trendy Bolos. You should know what's happening around you, around the world, what's hot, what's not, because these are the things that, you know, it's kind of like the Eclipse t-shirts. They were hot because everyone was talking Eclipse. So you should know what's kind of happening around you. You should know what movies are coming out, what celebrity just died, what celebrity just had a movie come out, what celebrity's having a scandal, because no matter if it's good or bad, people are talking about them. Right, they will buy. So thanks to doing the show for many, many years with Nadine, and she's home right now, not feeling too well. I really, even though you catch me in dresses from time to time, I really pay attention to what's happening in fashion. And Elle magazine, and fellows, don't we all read Elle magazine? Last week, what's hot right now is what they call ice cream colors, pastels. Now these are the clothing for next spring, but they were talking. I read the whole article, and they were saying that this fall, it's not fall colors this year, it is pastel. So if you got pastel stuff, that's what's hot right now. That's what women want to wear. So if you're the kind of person that might sit on it, they're like, I'm going to hold this stuff till spring, till Easter. According to Elle magazine, pastel is hot this fall. So if you've got some pastel stuff, get it listed. Now, I talked about women's dresses. My mom's now going to talk about creepy clowns. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like clowns because they are creepy and crawly and so forth. But I've been really selling well on all the clown things that I've been finding. Of course, Halloween helps a little bit, but it's kind of a trendy thing going right now, you guys. So if you got anything pertaining to clowns out there, I highly recommend that, you know, you get them listed quickly, or, you know, if you see them, don't pass them up because people are buying. Do you have the picture of the ones that we sold? Yeah. Yep. What do we got? Yeah, recently, this was a painting on velvet, black velvet, and we only paid $10 for the pair. So what did I get? I got $50 on a best offer, so I did take it right away. And then also for Halloween coming up, where the
costumes, and we had, do you like our makeshift dummy there?
Is that held together by duct tape? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes.
Come on now.
I couldn't figure out how to get that doggone head on there because I wanted that.
Duct tape
mask
fixes
to go.
everything.
I know. I know. So yeah, this was a costume I picked up for $2 at a garage sale, and we got it halfway decent offer. I was running a sale at the time, and that's why it was the 30% off.
And I just sold this using the local apps. I sold this on OfferUp. I bought it at Savers for $5 and sold in about a week for $24 in front of the grocery store next to my house. So make sure you're using all the different ways you can be selling, including all the local apps.
Right.
All right, last thing before we get Mom out of here is my mom and dad are 75 years old, are going to be 75. They sell on eBay part-time. They work just a couple days a week because they watch my nieces. My mom plays cards with the girls. My dad's got the guys. They travel quite a bit. And at 75 years old, in the last 12 months, $1,000 in revenue on eBay.
Yeah.
So if they can do it, in case you don't know, my parents are so country. My mom's choice of a vehicle to town when she was a kid was a horse.
Yep.
And I ain't shitting you. She would take the horse to town and put it on the hitching post, okay?
It's a 6-mile ride.
6-mile ride on a horse to town. So if they can do it, anyone can do it. All right, Mom, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, let's get our last guest in here of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Robyn Haas, a.k.a. Sparkly Unicorn. Thank you, Kim, for being our lovely... our lovely waitress with the mostest.
Why are you taking all the space?
I got to control everything. All right, let's get right to Robyn's scores here because Robyn's got all kinds of fun stuff. Robyn and her husband Jim have been killing it on eBay lately too. Robyn does this full time. So let's see what Robyn's been selling.
Yeah, okay, so we all know about Hugo Boss, right? So my husband loves sweaters. And so he found this at a Goodwill. It was like half off, so we paid $2 and we sold it for $50. And I did free shipping. Peggy, what was wrong with me? Oh, yeah, this was really fun. This is like
She gets excited by her own stuff. Ooh, I sold that.
Well, because it's sparkly and shiny. So it's a fairy. It's by Mark Roberts. I don't know if you guys know, but I found this in another Goodwill. Someone had hidden it between the pillows. So I took it. It was like $4.
Wait, we're like in the thrift stores between the pillows?
Yeah, someone had like tucked it in.
Oh, someone's like, I'll get this later.
Yeah.
I love buying stuff like that.
Yes. So look what I sold it for. Over $100. I was so excited. I kind of did a happy dance. Okay, and then we do sports coats. So this is 100% wool. But what sold it, not necessarily the title or the brand name, was the size. So we got $50.
Fun, ladies and gentlemen. What's that brand, Robyn?
Easy.
You don't know how to say it?
No. I'm like Bridget. It just makes me money. And then, of course, you guys all know me. I have hair accessories, and I saw this. I was actually going to keep it, but my husband said, no, we have to sell it. And I actually got $35.
What'd you pay for that?
$1.
And where did you find it? See, that's a hat that wasn't a sports team, it wasn't anything specific, but it was a fish swimming through your head. $35.06.
That's actually a trout.
Is that a trout?
Yes, it's a trout.
Good job. All right. Now it's time for...
That's hideous.
Back to Creepy Clowns. This was a lamp in Savers in Salt Lake City 2 weeks ago. The good, the rad, and the ugly. Because ugly sells. If you're not aware of this, ugly is a buzz keyword that people, they want to buy ugly stuff. It started with the ugly Christmas sweater craze, and it goes beyond that. So this was a homemade, one-of-a-kind ET planter. Had a hole in his hand right here. So I don't know if you put incense or he gives you the middle finger. I'm not exactly sure, but I paid $1.50 for this ET and I sold it for $42.
Oh my.
In case you didn't think it was ugly enough, here is a close-up of ET. So do not, and it was beat. Look, it's all chipped, it's beat, but someone was very happy in Brooklyn, New York to pay me $42 for it.
Okay, yeah, so this is Kindred Spirit. It wasn't the brand name that sold it. Oh, sorry. So it's not the brand name. So it was just the sweater was really ugly. But you know what? I didn't put ugly in mine. I kind of thought.
But that's.
I kind of like that. That's kind of.
Wait a minute. I said, show me the ugliest thing you sold. And now you're like, that's not ugly.
Well, now that I'm looking at it closer, I'm thinking like, that's really cute.
Okay, the point of this topic is.
I know, sorry. Okay, so it's really ugly.
There you go. Much better.
So that's what sold. That's what really sold was just all the. But it is really cute.
Hey, next time we host a show and I said need something ugly, don't turn it into, oh my God, that's adorable. Because that is not the point of the segment.
Nah.
All right, and then our last segment here is, oh, it's this one there. Thrifting outside your comfort zone. Now, you saw my wife, she's out, she does not love thrifting. She does love antiquing and vintage shopping. But Joy Williams, where are you, Joy? Okay, so in my Secret Beach Facebook group, which I'll talk about in a second, Joy did a webinar on Levi's jeans, what to look for, what's the most money, the things you're looking for inside the jeans. And so my wife, who's not a thrifter, watched the webinar and said, let's go buy jeans. But there is that moment when your spouse who does not thrift has that glazed over look and you're like, yeah, we should be done right about now. So we filled the cart and then this was the look she gave me. So even though we found some jeans, but the point is you got to get outside your comfort zone. You should conquer your niche, which mine is music and tiki. And then, my niche never was bras and purses and dresses, but I saw that stuff.
Right.
Because A, people taught me, and B, I taught myself because you can only shop in what you know so much before you get into new stuff. So Robyn just decided, I'm going to look at plush.
What I didn't do here, and I suggest you do, put a little bit of scale to it, but this thing was huge. And it's Kelly Toy, which is also a really, it's a bolo, so look for it. And so 30 inches, it's pretty big. So so we got a question about it. We should have done it on a black background, would have popped a little more and probably sold more quickly. And so I got like $70 plus shipping. Pay for shipping.
By the way, the thing I sold while we were doing the show earlier, it'll be next week's ugly thing of the week.
Yay.
Let me tell you, it's one of the most hideous sweaters I ever bought. Okay, so my getting outside your comfort zone is, how many of you have sold Nerf guns? How many of you know there's good money in Nerf guns? Okay, so I was well aware of it, but I do not have children, and my pug does not play with Nerf guns. So I walk up to this garage sale, and this like 15-year-old kid has this entire tub of Nerf guns.
Nice.
And here's how I learn new things. I figure out a way, a quantity all at once. Because then it forces you to sit down and look them up.
Yes.
And then even though some of these are going to be duds, some will be real winners. So he had this whole container, and I go, 25 on one of the guns. I go, how much you want? And he goes, 60. And I didn't pull, I couldn't bat my eyelash down like my mom does because,
Really?
15-year-old boy.
Really?
Yeah. See a little cleavage? But I did say 50. He goes, 55. I said 52. He said 53. I'm like, sold. So here's all I got for $53.
Nice.
And the top gun, the airsoft AK-47, isn't a Nerf, but that gun alone used is worth $50. So all the rest of the Nerf are pure profit. So I sat down, did my research on what they're selling for. I have not sold them yet because this just happened like 4 days before I came and saw you guys. But this is how you learn new stuff. You find a day where you can buy mass quantity, sit down and figure it out.
Right. Right.
Have you sold Nerf guns before?
Yes, and I love them. They're really fun to play with.
Yeah.
Just saying. And I don't have children either.
Stacy's unaware that when I start to list these, she'll be shot quite often with them. And I'll wait till she is not looking. You can find me, but I do want to do one thing first. So my friend Robyn here has the exuberance of an excited child, and I often find presents that are really, you see something like, oh, that's so my mom, or that's so my friend. So my wife and I were just in Europe, and we found something that is so her that I wanted to give it to her on the air. Let me get us on the camera here.
No, Jason. Because
you're about to watch her turn into a 7-year-old and get giddy about it. You ready?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited already.
Now you can be a unicorn.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, so if nobody knows, they always call me the magical unicorn, and he just gave me.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a strap-on.
My own horn.
It is a strap-on unicorn horn.
Oh my God, I love it.
So we are going to the Tiki Bar later. I expect this horn to be worn during the bus ride over to the Tiki Bar.
So just look for the horn, people. That's so awesome. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. I thought you would like
I
that.
love you. Love you.
All right, so a few places you can find me if you want to know more. And I know some of you don't do thrift, and I know some of you don't do eBay. Some of you only do Amazon. But I want to give you a little tip about eBay. And how many of you know Andy Slammons?
Yeah, I love that guy.
Okay, so Andy does a lot of private labeling, a lot of products on Amazon. And, you know, we all go to these events and we sit, and me and Andy and Chris and Steven, we all sit and chat. And Andy's like, I ain't selling on eBay. Started selling on eBay about 3 months ago, and guess who's killing it? So you should not put your eggs all in one basket. Just because you're not a thrifter doesn't mean you can't learn from me and what I got to teach, because Andy took some of the same principles I kind of teach about thrifting and selling on eBay. And like a little kid, he kept sending me his picture of his numbers on eBay. He goes, why wasn't I doing this all along?
Why?
So Andy's making a great living selling his products on Amazon, but you know what he's adding to his bottom line on eBay? Thousands of dollars.
Nice, because he's slamming it.
Because eBay customers and Amazon customers and Etsy customers are all very different.
Yes.
They all shop a different way. They all research a different way. So if you're only going down one avenue, you are missing customers.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now. And if you ever see Andy Slammons at an event, ask him about it. Because he added, you know, it's like found money. Going fine, and he added that bottom line. So
I love it.
You like that?
Yes, I do. I love it. And the fact that, you know, this is my first time being at EcomChicago. I've learned so much. I've learned so much from all of you. You guys are amazing. And it's like, I'm like, I want to be the Amazon chick now too.
All right. So we got 5 minutes. We're going to wrap up here. So a few places you can find me, obviously on YouTube. Let's do an audience shot here.
Oh, yes, please.
Hey, grab that box. And give us a little spin this way. Okay. So let's see the whole audience for the audience at home on YouTube. Now I know it's not the clearest picture, but all right, look alive, people, look alive. There we go. So yeah, it's been a great event. This is always a fun event. Tons of great speakers, tons of great participants, great vendors. I love this event. But if you want to find me anywhere online, I have a YouTube channel. Obviously, we're doing a YouTube show, so tune in. It's really easy to find. Jason T. Smith. Throw the T in. There's a lot of asshole Jason Smiths in the world. I'm none of them. There's one on the do not fly list. There's one that owes $30,000 in back child support. I'm none of those. So I threw the T in to make sure I differentiate myself. Also, the Thrifting Board is my big Facebook group. Who's in the Thrifting Board here in the audience?
Oh my God, really that many? Oh my God, I love it.
So as you can see, we're at 33,740, and the group only started 2 years and 2 months ago. 4,000 in 2 years is a pretty impressive number, because also we don't just accept everyone. If you're a thrifter and you want to learn, we don't let any spammers in. So it is kind of a controlled number. Now, for those who want to take it to the next level, I have, you know, people kept saying, Jay, can you teach me even more? Can you go deeper? And I just didn't have the time as to envelop 34,000. But those who wanted that extra help, that wanted that the more knowledge, I started the Secret Beach, and that is my subscription-based Facebook group, which is open right now for another week. So what I do is every month I do a webinar of all kinds of things. I teach about products. I teach about how to hire an assistant, how to make spreadsheets, all kinds of stuff. Then I have a guest expert each month. So Joy did the jeans webinar, and we've had how to do Twitter and how to do Poshmark and how to know your numbers. And I've done webinars on Christmas CDs. The first webinar I did in the Secret Beach was Christmas CDs. And one of my members who had never, ever sold a Christmas CD added $1,000 profit to her bottom line last December.
Nice.
She took what I taught her and went out and hustled and found it. So the Secret Beach is a ton of fun. Now, how many people in here are in the Secret Beach? Nice.
Wow,
all right.
All right.
And I teach a lot of stuff, and I go deep into tiki stuff, because as you see, I'm buying $800 mugs. You know what that means? Someone's selling $800 mugs, so it might as well be all of you, because I'd be happy to give you $800. So if you're interested in going a little bit deeper in the thrifting world and want to learn more and be a better seller, .club. I'd be more than happy to give you all the information. And again, I want to thank Rich and Nyla and Mark and Robyn for having a wonderful event, having all you guys come out. This is always, I love the fall. I love coming to Chicago. event, and I was very happy to have all my co-hosts this year. So I want to thank Bridget, Joy, my mom, and Robyn, and my friend Kim for helping out, because this was a fun show. Probably the funnest show I've ever done, I think.
Yes, right on. Woo-hoo!
And the rum had nothing to do with it.
And then we want to thank all of you too for being our live audience.
Yes, very much.
Yay.
So thank you all. And if you're not sick of me, I'll be back up in 10 minutes with John Lawson.
Oh, all right, all right.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Wait, let's say goodbye to YouTube.
Oh yeah, bye YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next week in our normal time slot.
Okay.